Those beautiful free overnighting places in the nature do not come from free. There's a price to pay. Plenty of tiny little scratches in the both of the side of our van.
The largest lake in Greece, it's just beside us.
Yeah, we are not on seaside, even it does look like a sea. And this lake is not artificial, which is kind of rare in Europe scale. We are camping green lush olive grove next to the pristine lake.
Yeah, it was just a 2-hour drive from the Corinth Bay and we found this place. Road here was tricky. It was 4 kilometers of really small gravel road, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Now we are in the
nice place.
Yes.
Our van took some beating and branch trees were kind of low hanging, so I think this is more suitable place for the smaller vans. But Joni, being excellent driver, did get us here.
Yeah, our neighbor, which were here when we came, asked us if we have 4x4 or not. No, we don't.
No
we just come here where the 4x4s come.
We did spend quite a long time in Peloponnese Peninsula, and now we are in the mainland of Greece. So this is totally new surroundings. And there was some heavy Sahara sand dust. So mud was raining and our poor van is covered in sand. Greetings from Africa! These Kalima sandstorms are normal here in Greece. Whenever there's a high southern wind, the dust comes from Africa. And this has happened to us now maybe 3 times. And it looks horrible, but it was only 100 milligrams. When we were in Spain, it was over 1,000. When it's not raining, you can see the dust cloud coming. It looks like doomsday. Yesterday we couldn't see the mountains behind the lake, and now it's still kind of hazy, but it's not so scary looking because it can look like an apocalyptic. These phenomena are kind of strange to us. I know we get sandstorms in Finland too, and sometimes the snow is a little covered in dust, but nothing like this. Yeah.
And Greek people call the sandstorms Gaddafi storms because it comes from Libya. And we had to actually clean the solar panel because it was covered with sand and we didn't get any solar or 40 watts during this time of day. Now we get 200.
Yeah, and there is some haze still left, but we can see the sun, so it's all getting better because air quality can be kind of hard when there's this dust flying, but luckily we are in the mountains, so it's so much fresher here.
Yeah, washing the Kalima sand away. We are not using any detergents, it's just water that we're using to wash our van.
And we come from Finland, which is a land of thousands and thousands of clean lakes, so we really enjoy being next to the lake. Not always next to the sea.
Yeah, loving it. This is every day in Greece is just perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, we make a lot of time-consuming things to discover these places. For example, browsing all the park fauna places that there are in Greece, and then deciding from them. And
is any of them good enough for us?
Yeah, comparing the Google Maps pictures and
can we find a better spot ourselves?
And going through the roads, are they drivable? And
yeah.
But yeah. After some studies, we always find really beautiful spots.
Who knew salvia plant has a yellow flowers? It's soon summer, so flowers are blooming, and we only saw these dried one. So we never thought that salvia has yellow flowers. It's a learning curve every day when you are here in the nature. Amazing, stunning peppered beach.
And beside the salvia here is lots of olive. This is someone's olive grove. The whole hill is full of olive trees and they maintain them. Even there in the middle of the forest, which is quite nice to see. These are really old olive trees. You can see from the trunks that they have been here for hundreds of years. Somebody has actually burned this down, but still it's burned, but it's blooming. Yeah. Now even the olives are blooming, so it's really a start of the summer. This is, I think, first time I see or have noticed that the olive is blooming. Not any distinctive smells on those flowers. Someone would think that it's strange to be camping in somebody's olive grove, but we actually saw the landowner. He has this summer place where he had a caravan here in the past years, but that olive grove there, it's like a public beach almost. It's nice to see that landowning is not that strict in here in Greece, so if there's this kind of beach, it can be used by everyone. We have a freedom of roam in Finland, but I think in some cases and some countries like Greece, the free roaming is here more free than in Finland. These are just our thoughts, because we are living in excess lands always, every night. Basically on other people's land, and we think that it's more free to wild camp here than in Finland, where the free roaming exists. Strange, but it's just a feeling. Remember those summer months or summer holidays when you were a kid and you were going to the
Lake.
several times a day?
Yeah.
That is the feeling that we have at the moment.
The best feeling, and that non-salty water after seawater feels amazing, because you don't have that yucky, sticky feeling in your skin. Like you feel really clean.
Yeah. Now it's summery feeling. A lot of summery feeling. Burgers coming! Best part of cooking outside, that you can also cook inside. You have van here, full kitchen, making food there, making food here, preparing everything. Yeah, enjoying. Burgers and halloumis. Yeah, our favorite kinds of dishes to grill.
And our new barbecue treat is this pita bread that we put on the grill for a few seconds. It becomes so wonderful, like crisp.
Yeah, food tastes always so much better outside. So let's dig in before this gets cold and enjoy the sunset, which is going there, which is quite perfect place to be to see sunsets. Good morning.
I think we will leave this gorgeous place today because we are running out of our food. So we will go to market and do some shopping. Otherwise we could stay here forever and ever.
Morning porridge. What a wonderful way of starting the day. Yeah, Sarah still hangs in the bed and I'm already up. Yeah, this day is leaving day of our camp, really beautiful camp again in Olive Grove. Just after the breakfast. Gonna go to the grocery store in Termos, which is on that hill over there, and continue these mountains over here. This is the sign of summer, when the nights are getting so warm that you can put your heater off. This will start up next time in autumn time. So summer is really here.
Plenty of tiny little scratches in the both of the side of our van, but who cares? It's just scratches, and being in the nature and enjoying beautiful surroundings is way more important. We stop next to the road to take some water. Roads are kind of tiny here, so we leave our emergency blinkers on. Kind of sad sight here in the rural Greece. Yeah, there's a dumpster. People just throw their, or used to throw their trashes into nature. When you live in a van long enough, you develop some skills, very important skills. When we were driving on the road, we did spot this tiny little water faucet, so it equals drinking water. It's amazing feeling to get your fresh water tank full of good water. Always a joy. And when we started our van living days, we were really cautious and a bit scared to take water from these public taps. Because what if somebody saw us doing that? Or do they think about what the hell we are doing, or can you take the water from there? But longer we keep doing this, we really notice that nobody gives a rat ass. So everybody is so busy with their lives, they don't really care. It's kind of selfish way to think that people are concentrated on your life, when in reality everybody is so busy with their own lives, they don't care. Are you catching what I'm saying?